Where's my beer? What's up, everybody? It's Jay Fitting, your host of your Hard Parking Podcast, at you again today with a review. If you haven't checked out the Hard Parking Podcast, make sure you check it out. It's available anywhere you get your podcast. It's the perfect automotive, non-automotive podcast for you, where I check out rental cars, car events, food. I check out alcohol. I check out items that I use in the field. I want to make sure I have the best equipment possible within my budget. Budget? I need a beer. So first, when I take a look at the two, they're both the same height. They're both approximately the same width and circumference at their fattest point. The Joby is thick all the way through, whereas the Rode kind of narrows, kind of like some sort of a laser cannon from a sci-fi movie. But visually, those are the two things that stand out from me. Now I'm looking at the dead kittens. Now you can't tell by watching this video, but visually they're very similar. If I were to say one was softer than the other, I'd say that the Rode is a little softer. I don't know if any of you have pets out there, but for those of you who have fluffy dogs, the difference between the two is one dog needs a bath and one dog just had a bath. That's how they feel. Sticking your finger on the inside where the microphone goes, the inside of the Joby is a little rough. The Rode, it feels like some sort of a mesh lining. Let's talk about the shock mounts. One of the first things I noticed about the Joby shock mount is that it was incredibly difficult, or it felt really difficult for me to put the microphone in. But if you notice here, when I try to pull on it, it's pretty firm. It doesn't want to really give. The Rode, however, it's got a little give to it. It's a little more flexible, a little more forgiving. Reality is neither one of the microphones are going to fall outside of these shock mounts. Rode. It's got a rectangular shoe mount, whereas the Joby is more square. And it's a little larger. So those are the physical attributes. Those are the physical differences. I decided to start it in the garage since I have to come out here to get my sunglasses if I'm going to go out in the backyard. I do not want to be blind doing this test, but you're listening to the microphone through the Joby. So I'm going to get my shades, then we're going to go outside, walk around the backyard, maybe get in the car. Actually, I said we're going to do cars, so we'll get in the car in a little bit. Okay, we're back in the garage. This time I have the Rode VideoMicro on. I have the air conditioner going on in the background. The air conditioner was going on earlier as well. And I do have the dead cat on, which is not necessary being in the garage, but it's the same thing I did the first time with the Wavo. And of course, finally in the garage, no filter, no microphone. So I've been rolling with the Moment ND64. Yeah. So now I'm in the backyard. You can obviously hear the traffic, probably hear the birds. I don't know how clear it is. I also have the dead kitten on. Let's take the dead kitten off. Okay, it's not very windy out here, but I've taken the dead kitten off. So just walking around the backyard. I don't know what kind of differences you can hear. Perfect. I'm gonna walk by the air conditioner. You get the sound of this clanky gate closing. I think I'm gonna probably do the exact same thing. So I'm curious how it sounds. All right, let's hear what it sounds like against the Mr. Cool. Again, this is the Joby Wavo with the windsock, the dead cat, whatever. So now we're in the backyard with the VideoMicro. I don't know how different it's gonna sound ambient wise. I'm really focused about, my concern is really, how do I sound? I heard a noise. Let's take the dead cat off. All right, so now we're running with the dead cat off. It's gonna go over by the air conditioner, see if we can hear a different sound. All right, let's put this on. Here we go. I decided to go inside and get the Joby Wavo and the dead cat. So right now I'm standing about 4 feet in front of the iPhone. Here comes a gust of wind. See the trees. So it's perfect with the dead cat covering the Rode VideoMicro. So I'm gonna go ahead and swipe out the microphone right now while we have this opportunity, a little bit of breeze. Okay, we're now recording with the Joby Wavo, so hopefully we can get another gust of wind. Sort of, kind of, at least you know what it sounds like. And I think when I'm done with it, I'm not gonna edit the audio. I'm just gonna give you guys, I'm just gonna raw audio feed it and just edit my screw ups. Okay, here it is, same deal. Everyone's bouncing balls, but you get the point. You get the point. Get the point. We're taking the Wavo on the way to the store, and we're gonna take the Rode VideoMicro on the way back. I have the air conditioner on full blast on recirculation. I'm gonna turn the air conditioner off. Hopefully you get a sense of what it sounds like. You should hear nothing really but road noise, and just barely. I have the dead cat on. Ooh-wee, it's hot. Just left the store. I picked up some Lagavulin Distiller's Edition. I had a $100 gift card, cost $129. So I went ahead and ended up paying like 40 bucks out of pocket. Also, I have the air conditioner on full blast, which you can probably hear, and on recirculation. When I get out on the railroad, I'll make sure I turn it off. Okay, here we are. On the way back to the house, I have the air conditioner turned off. It's really freaking hot, but now you can hear the road noise. I'm going 50 miles an hour, and holy crap, here comes the red light. It's so hot in Arizona. It's 103 today, which isn't that bad, but just driving around in a car that has been sitting outside in the sun all day, even with the little sun shield thingy, you turn the air off, 15 seconds in the car, you are baking. Like right now, I am baking, like Kevin Bacon. For me, as I suspected, it really came down to the Rode being a better overall microphone. It sounded more clear to me. I brought my wife and my daughter in and had them listen to the sounds on two separate occasions from the garage, and they both picked the Rode first, the Joby second, and obviously the iPhone microphone last. I purposely didn't use the iPhone in the car just by itself because we've all recorded ourselves in the car before. We all know it sounds like crap. So it really just came down to the two mics. I felt the Rode sounded a little cleaner in the garage. It sounded a little cleaner in the car. And in the backyard, it was kind of a wash. They both were kind of the same to me because you're dealing with so much of the ambient noise. But the dead cat for the Rode is better. The shock mount for the Rode is a lot better. For me, the microphone is the best. So when I get out there and I'm doing my user car reviews, I'm just vlogging out and about, I'm gonna be using this Rode, the Rode VideoMicro. So tell me what you think in the comments. Which one do you think is better? Is there another microphone you want me to test when I'm out doing car stuff? Also, make sure you follow the Hard Parking Podcast. The description is down below. Available anywhere you typically would get your normal podcast. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you share this video. Keep coming back. Let's do this. Let's grow this thing together. I'm out of here.